Hey guys, welcome. This is your first screencast for Chapter 2 for our self-paced learning unit. So I appreciate you guys giving this a try, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm excited for it. So today, I'll show you how this will work. I'll usually start out with a brief intro to the section that we're going to cover in the notes. We try to keep these under 6 minutes, 5, 6, 7 minutes sometimes. Today's should be pretty quick. There's only really 2 examples with a couple definitions. So today we're talking about earnings statements. Another name for that is your pay stub. We're going to have a conversation in class about this a little bit, so I won't get into too much detail, but it's really important that you guys double check your pay stubs to verify that you're getting paid the correct amount per hour and for the correct number of hours. Sometimes it wouldn't be strange for your boss to forget that you worked a shift. Maybe they called you last minute and forgot to record it, and now all of a sudden you're 6 hours shy on your paycheck. If you're not verifying that, it's never going to come to you, right? So you might end up losing money if you don't do this. So, all right, let's get to it. So usually after our intro, we'll see the section and the objective for the day. So we're on 2.1 notes. This is in your notes packet with the meme on the front. Flip to the first page after that, and that should be 2.1. All your notes will be at the beginning, and then the assignments after that. So first we'll go through some definitions here. Feel free to pause it as you need to get this down. Your earnings statement, we said that's also called a pay stub. So if you want to write down pay stub, you can. That's a record of your earnings and your deductions. That comes attached to your paycheck. A lot of us don't get physical paychecks anymore. We get direct deposit. So if you get direct deposit, there's got to be some sort of online system you can log into to see your pay stubs, or maybe your boss still gives you the pay stub, or they have them filed somewhere. So you can definitely get your hands on it. Legally, they have to provide that to you. So your gross pay, this is everything that we've been calculating so far. We've been calling it total pay, but gross pay is the amount of money you make before any deductions come out. And that word deductions means like money that's being subtracted. So we'll see a couple types of deductions here in a second. Your net pay, this is the number that really matters. It's your take-home pay. What do you get to take home with you? What's the amount of your paycheck? I like to think of this as, you make this gross pay, which is very simply your hourly rate times the number of hours. And then you're trying to catch all that money in a net, right? Think of like a fishing net. You're trying to scoop it out in a net. Some stuff's going to fall out the bottom. That's like your taxes, some of the other deductions, and anything you're able to capture in the net, you get to take home with you. So your net pay is your take-home pay. And then lastly, deductions, anything that's taken out of your paycheck, any money that's taken out. So a couple examples that people will see is taxes. That's the biggest one. Union fees. As a teacher, I'm part of the union, so I have union fees that come out every paycheck. Health insurance, if your boss provides that, a lot of that will come out. And then FICA is another one. There's a number of more, but these are some examples. FICA means Social Security. We have a whole section on that, so I won't talk in too much detail. So 4 steps real quick to reading your earnings statement or reading your pay stub. First, you want to find the total amount of money withheld for taxes. After we go through this 4-step process rather quickly, I'll show you an example of it. Secondly, we want to find the total amount of money of your personal deductions. Thirdly, we want to verify that your amount, or we want to verify the amount that's listed under your total deductions. The way we find that is by adding steps A and B, the taxes and personal. And then lastly, we just want to verify that our gross pay minus our net pay equals the total deductions. So to do this, we're going to take a look at Sam here. He has the following earnings statement. So we can see a couple different things. We see, here's his earnings, here's the tax section, and here's some personal deductions. So on the second page here, this kind of breaks down the process. So total amount withheld for taxes. So I'm going to add up the numbers for taxes. Where am I getting these numbers from? Well, these are simply listed on that pay stub from the previous page. under the taxes withheld. So I have these numbers here. Some of these are zeros, but I'm adding those together. So we get $59.34. Next, we want to find the total under the personal deductions. So these are other deductions that are not considered taxes. So we can see on the bottom here, I have my pension, my union dues, insurance, charity, and savings. All those will also be deducted. This one comes out to be $23.63. Next, I want to add those two numbers together. We're calling that our total deductions. So when I add the $59.34 and $23.63, I get $82.97. Let's make sure that's the number listed under the total deductions. And it is right there. Try and use a different color here. There we go. So they're not taking out more than they're telling us. And then the last step, let's verify our gross pay and net pay. So our net pay should be the gross pay minus what's deducted out, right? The total pay minus what they're taking out. And I get $131.32, and that's what I got from the calculation. So looks like this makes sense. They paid us enough. Okay, they paid us exactly what they were supposed to. So that's pretty much it. There's one more example I'll let you guys try, and I'll show the key here in a second. So pause it here, and thank you guys for watching.